There's a moment every man faces, a moment when the mirror no longer lies, when you stare into your own reflection and realize you've been living below your potential, not because you're weak, not because you're incapable, but because you've been tolerating too much, making too many excuses, letting the days slip through your fingers. And deep down you know, if you keep walking this path, you'll wake up one day and not even recognize yourself, not as the man you once dreamed of becoming, but as the man who settled. But here's the good news. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Seneca. This is the end of who you were and the beginning of who you're about to become. Because in the next 7 days, I'm going to guide you through a transformation, not surface level, not temporary, a deep, stoic, unshakable reinvention from the inside out. Each day, we'll tear down the old and build the new. You won't just change how you look, you'll change how you think, how you walk, how you lead, how you command respect. But listen closely. This won't be comfortable, this won't be easy, and that's exactly why it will work. By the end of these 7 days, you'll be a man even your past self won't recognize. A man the world takes seriously, a man she respects, a man you respect. But you must commit, you must stay to the end, and you must act. Because if you're willing to endure what most men won't, you'll live a life most men can't. Let's begin. Day 1. Destroy the old self. There comes a moment in every man's life where he looks in the mirror and asks himself a hard question. Is this really who I want to be? For some, that moment comes quietly, in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling in the dark. For others, it comes loud, after a breakup, a betrayal, a failure so deep it leaves you gasping for air. But no matter how it arrives, the realization is the same. You cannot build the man you were meant to be until you destroy the man you've allowed yourself to become. Seneca wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Today is the day you begin again. But to begin again, something must end. Your old self must die, so the new one can emerge. The Stoics believed that self-mastery begins with self-awareness. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Today, you seize that power. Today, you wage war against every belief, habit, and comfort that has chained you to mediocrity. You may think change takes years, but the Stoics remind us that change happens in an instant, the moment you choose it. Epictetus said, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself?" Not tomorrow, not next year, now. 1. Radical self-awareness. Before you destroy the old self, you must know it intimately. Sit with pen and paper. List every habit that weakens you, every excuse you've told, every indulgence you've justified, every fear you've obeyed. Seneca warned, "If a man knows not which port he sails, no wind is favorable." How can you navigate forward if you don't acknowledge the waters you're in? Ask, where have I chosen comfort over courage? Where have I silenced myself when I knew I should speak? Where have I drifted when I should have steered? Write it down. Be ruthless. As Epictetus said, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. This inventory humbles you. That humility is the first strike against the ego of your old self. 2. Voluntary discomfort. A Stoic ritual. The Stoics didn't merely talk of resilience, they practiced it. Seneca famously fasted, slept on the floor, and wore simple clothes despite his wealth. He wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" Today, follow his example. Strip comfort from your day. Cold shower, skip unnecessary meals, wear plain clothes, walk instead of drive. Remove distractions from your phone. This is not punishment, it is preparation. When you face discomfort by choice, you weaken its power when it arrives by chance. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Today, you revoke your comfort addiction. You choose strength over softness. 3. The symbolic act. Bury the old self. Epictetus taught that we are disturbed not by things, but by the views we take of them. The old self lives in stories you tell about who you are. To break that narrative, you must symbolically sever ties. Write a letter to your old self. Write to the man who tolerated disrespect, who settled, who excused, who hid. Acknowledge him. Thank him for what he learned. But make it clear, he cannot come with you. Now destroy it, burn it, shred it, bury it. Seneca said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." Destroying the old self is not waiting for a perfect moment. It is claiming today as the moment. Feel the gravity of this ritual. It is not a childish exercise. It is a funeral. And at every funeral, there must be mourning. Let it hurt. Let the death of your old identity sting. But feel, too, the quiet joy beneath the sorrow. You are free. 4. Create your creed. Marcus Aurelius constantly wrote down principles to guide himself. His meditations were never meant for others. They were reminders to his own soul. You must write your own code. Write 5 to 10 principles you vow to live by from this day forward, not vague affirmations. Immutable laws for your life. Examples. I will not tolerate disrespect in any form. I will speak the truth even if my voice shakes. I will endure voluntary discomfort to build resilience. I will not explain my worth to those who do not see it. I will act with discipline, regardless of mood. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Your creed is not to inspire others. It is to hold you accountable when inspiration fades. 5. Prepare for resistance. The Stoics knew that transformation would not be applauded by the world. Epictetus warned, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." As you begin this path, expect resistance, from within, from others, from the inertia of old patterns. Understand, the first enemy is your comfort. The second is those who benefited from your weakness. When you rise, they lose control over you. Do not be surprised when they mock, guilt, or belittle you. Marcus Aurelius faced this from Roman elites. Yet he wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Your silence, your progress, your presence will answer what words cannot. 6. Ending day 1. You have begun the work most will never attempt. You have faced the uncomfortable truth of your old patterns. You have symbolically ended them. You have codified a new standard. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Life is long enough." Today, you have ceased wasting time. Today, you have buried the man who wasted it. Tomorrow, you begin building the man who will not. But tonight, sleep knowing this. The man who destroys the old self sleeps heavier, deeper, calmer. For no ghost of who he used to be lingers in his room. You are not reborn tomorrow. You were reborn today. And as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The old self was the obstacle. Destroying him was the path. Day 2. Physical reinvention. There's a reason armies train before they fight. There's a reason warriors sharpen their swords before battle. There's a reason the Stoics believed in disciplining the body before disciplining the mind. Because the body is the first battleground. You cannot expect strength in life if you haven't earned strength in your flesh. You cannot expect clarity if your body is clouded with weakness, fatigue, and indulgence. Today, you stop treating your body as an afterthought. Today, you reclaim it as your weapon. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Every excuse you've told yourself about being tired, being too old, being too far gone, they're illusions. The body is far more capable than the mind allows you to believe. Today is the day you stop negotiating with your limits. Today is the day you train, not for vanity, but for sovereignty. Because a man with a weak body is a man easily swayed. But a man who commands his body, that's a man impossible to break. You begin with the body. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." A good man isn't just disciplined in theory, he's disciplined in flesh. And discipline lives in daily choices. Today, you reclaim your body. You wake up earlier, before the world has a chance to pull you off course. You stand taller, because posture is presence. You move with power, even if it's slow, even if it hurts. You fuel with intention. No more feeding your weakness, no more fog from junk. Seneca often practiced voluntary discomfort, fasting, enduring cold, embracing hunger, not for show, but to prove to himself, I am stronger than my desires. And so must you. Today's mission isn't about looking good. It's about proving to yourself that comfort no longer controls you. Your workout is not optional, whether it's lifting weights, running until your lungs burn, walking farther than you've walked in years, or doing push-ups until failure. It's not about the number. It's not about perfection. It's about saying to yourself, I do hard things because I refuse to stay soft. Marcus Aurelius wrote, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your body is an outside event, but how you face its limitations is a reflection of your mind. Every rep is a declaration, I am not quitting. Every sweat drop is proof, I'm still here. Every ache in your muscles is a whisper, this is what becoming unrecognizable feels like. Your nutrition is your discipline. No more feeding the weaker man you used to be. Every bite, every sip either fuels the man you're becoming or feeds the man you're leaving behind. Cut the sugar, cut the alcohol, cut the processed poison that fogs your thinking and weakens your resolve. Seneca said, It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor. Stop craving comfort. Stop craving cheap pleasures. Feed yourself like a warrior preparing for battle, not like a man numbing his mind. Every movement matters. When you walk into a room, today and every day forward, your presence should speak before your mouth does. Shoulders back, chin up, eyes forward. The Stoics believed in embodying virtue, not just speaking it. Today, you embody strength. You embody control. You embody resilience. Epictetus reminds us, no great thing is created suddenly. Your transformation won't happen in one workout, but every workout plants a seed. Every rep strengthens your roots. Every drop of sweat waters your resolve. Today's ritual, move. Whether you train for 10 minutes or 2 hours, move intentionally. Sweat intentionally. Fuel. Prepare a meal that aligns with discipline. No junk. No laziness. Clean. Organize your space. A cluttered environment reflects a cluttered mind. Stand. Every hour, check your posture. Be mindful of how you carry yourself. Remember this. Your body is the first temple you're entrusted with. A weak body makes a weak vessel for a strong purpose. Today you declare war on softness, not because you hate your body, but because you love the man you're becoming. And as Marcus Aurelius would say, at dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work, as a human being. Go to work. The world doesn't need more talkers. The world needs more men who move. You are now one of them. Day 3. Mental upgrade. There's a secret no one tells you. The war isn't outside. It's in your mind. You can build muscle. You can fix your posture. You can clean your environment. But if your mind remains undisciplined, you will self-destruct the first time pressure hits. Marcus Aurelius wrote, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Most men spend their lives trying to control the world around them, the weather, their boss, their girlfriend, their bank account. But the Stoics knew, the only battle that matters is the one inside, and until you win that battle, nothing else will hold. Today, we sharpen the mind, not with endless consumption of content, not with fake motivation, but with deliberate, disciplined mental training. Because a weak mind folds under insult. A weak mind crumbles under rejection. A weak mind falls into despair at the first setback. But a trained mind? A trained mind stands still while others panic. A trained mind sees clearly when others are clouded by emotion. Seneca said, We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Today, we dismantle every false belief, every story you've told yourself that's kept you small, every lie you've accepted as truth. Today is not about learning something new. Today is about unlearning everything weak. Step 1. Audit your mind. Look at your thoughts the same way a general inspects his troops. Every thought, every belief, every assumption. Is this thought helping you or harming you? Epictetus warned, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Write this down. What beliefs have held you back? What patterns keep repeating? What triggers steal your focus? Be ruthless. If a thought weakens you, it doesn't belong in your mind. You've allowed some ideas to live rent-free in your head for years. Today, you evict them. Step 2. Kill weak language. If you want to think like a king, you must stop speaking like a peasant. The words you use shape the way you think. Every time you say, "I can't," "I don't know," or "I'm just not that guy," you're reinforcing a cage around your potential. Marcus Aurelius demanded higher standards of himself. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Replace weak language with decisive statements. "I can't do this." "I will figure this out." "I don't know." "I will learn." "Maybe." "Absolutely." Speak powerfully. Think powerfully. Act powerfully. Every phrase you use is a vote for who you are becoming. Step 3. Voluntary discomfort for mental toughness. The Stoics trained for hardship, on purpose. Seneca practiced voluntary poverty, walking barefoot, wearing rough clothes, eating simple food, so that when fortune struck, he wouldn't be shaken. Seneca wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition I feared?'" You must create micro-adversities in your life to strengthen your mind. Today, take a cold shower, fast for half a day, sleep on the floor tonight, go without social media, not because you have to, but because you're training your mind to detach from comfort. Every time you choose discomfort willingly, you weaken the grip that fear and craving have on you. A man who can sit in discomfort without breaking becomes unshakable. Step 4. Visualization and mental rehearsal. Close your eyes. Picture the man you want to become, not in vague, fuzzy dreams. Picture him with crystal clarity. How does he walk? How does he speak? How does he respond under pressure? Marcus Aurelius used this technique. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Visualize yourself facing adversity and overcoming it. See yourself walking into the difficult conversation and commanding respect. See yourself rejected, but unmoved. See yourself winning, not by chance, but by design. Your mind cannot tell the difference between vivid imagination and real memory. The more you rehearse strength, the more natural it becomes. Step 5. Thought reframing. When a setback comes, and it will, you must be ready to reframe it immediately. Epictetus taught, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things." Every problem is neutral until you give it meaning. Today, practice reframing. Instead of "I failed," say "I learned." Instead of "I lost everything," say "I cleared the path." Instead of "She rejected me," say "She wasn't aligned with my mission." You are the narrator of your life, and no one can control the story but you. Step 6. Mindful stillness. The world will try to distract you. You must sit in silence. Marcus Aurelius would rise early to journal his thoughts, grounding himself before battle. You must do the same. Every morning, write for 10 minutes. Every night, reflect for 10 minutes. Ask yourself, where was I weak today? Where was I strong? What would the man I aspire to be have done differently? This stillness is not laziness. It is strategy. Seneca said, "We should every night call ourselves to account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired?" Step 7. Ruthless input. Control. Your mind is shaped by what you feed it. Trash TV, endless scrolling, empty gossip. These are mental poisons. Today, purge every input that weakens you. Marcus Aurelius again. Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about your neighbors, unless with a view to some mutual benefit. Spend less time observing others, more time building yourself. Read philosophy. Listen to leaders, not complainers. Fill your mind with tools, not noise. Every book, Every podcast, every video you consume is either making you stronger or weaker. Choose strength. Closing reflection. Today was about taking control of the one thing no one else can touch: your mind. You can lose money. You can lose status. You can lose people. But if you hold your mind, you will always rebuild. Marcus Aurelius left us this charge. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Make your thoughts strong. Make your thoughts clean. Make your thoughts worthy of the man you are becoming. This is the mental upgrade. And once you master your mind, there's nothing outside of you that can defeat you. Day 4. Social presence and command. There comes a time in every man's journey when he realizes something powerful. The world treats you how you tell it to. Not with your words, not with your intentions, but with your presence. When you walk into a room, without speaking, you're already communicating. The way you stand, the way you hold eye contact, the energy you bring. People decide within seconds if you're a leader or invisible. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Most men try to talk their way into respect. A Stoic man embodies respect through presence. Today, you stop blending in. Today, you stop shrinking to make others comfortable. Today, you become undeniable. 1. Fix your posture. Your posture is a broadcast. Slouched shoulders, downcast eyes, crossed arms. You're signaling submission. Seneca wrote, "A man is as unhappy as he has convinced himself he is." Your stance shapes your mind, and your mind shapes how others see you. Stand tall, chest up, shoulders back, chin level, eyes forward. When you fix your posture, you signal confidence before you say a word. Walk like you belong, because you do. 2. Eliminate nervous energy. Fidgeting, shifting, darting eyes, these leak power. A Stoic holds his energy. Marcus Aurelius. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Practice standing still. Practice silence. A man who can sit in quiet without distraction controls the room. Stillness makes others adjust to you. 3. Command with your eyes. Eye contact is quiet dominance. Look people in the eye when you greet them. Hold it a second longer than feels natural. Epictetus taught, "It's not events themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about them." Avoiding eye contact is judgment against yourself. When you hold someone's gaze, you signal, "I see you, I'm not flinching." Not with aggression, with presence. 4. Control your voice. A weak man talks fast, fills silence, qualifies his words. A commanding man speaks deliberately, with pauses, with clarity. Marcus Aurelius. Let your words be few and well chosen. Slow down by 20%. Drop your tone at sentence ends. Remove like. Every word costs something. Spend wisely. Silence makes your words heavier. 5. Upgrade grooming and style. The Stoics weren't vain, but understood presentation. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor. A man who respects himself takes care of himself. Get a clean haircut, groom your beard, or shave intentionally. Keep nails clean. Wear fitted, neat clothes. Not flashy, not loud, intentional. You're signaling, I value myself. The world mirrors that value. 6. Master silence. Most men fill silence from discomfort. A commanding man lets silence work for him. Marcus Aurelius. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Don't rush to defend yourself. Don't meet noise with more noise. Silence makes others reveal more. Silence builds intrigue. A man at peace in silence commands attention without trying. 7. Move with intention. People respect men who move like they mean it. When you walk, walk with purpose. When you sit, sit deliberately. When you shake hands, look them in the eye. Marcus Aurelius. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Stop aimless gestures. Stop wandering. Move like a man who knows where he's going. Even if you're figuring it out, move like you belong. Intention draws respect. Indecision draws dismissal. Closing reflection. Presence isn't about being loud. It's about walking into a room and the room adjusting to you. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Think strong, move strong, speak strong, and the world will mirror back the man you've become. You no longer chase respect, you command it." Day 5. Relentless Execution. There's something most men never realize. The greatest threat to your potential isn't failure, it's hesitation. Not doing the wrong thing, but doing nothing at all. You've met these men. They talk, they plan, they research, they wait for the perfect moment, but somehow, they're always getting ready to start. Marcus Aurelius warned, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Every day you wait is a day you don't get back. Today is the day you stop waiting. Today is the day you move." 1. Action beats perfection. Perfection is a myth. You think you need more information, more clarity, more certainty. But the truth? Clarity comes through action, not before it. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Most men reverse this. They wait to feel ready before they act. But readiness comes after the first step, not before. Start the project, make the call, take the leap, even if you don't feel ready, especially if you don't feel ready. 2. Build momentum with small wins. A Stoic doesn't aim for massive leaps. He stacks small wins. Marcus Aurelius. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Do the next right thing. Take the next step. Don't underestimate a tiny move forward. Small wins create momentum. Momentum kills hesitation. And once momentum kicks in, you become unreachable. 3. Ruthlessly remove excuses. Excuses are comforting. They're rational. They sound noble. But they keep you weak. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Most excuses aren't real barriers. They're mental stories you've rehearsed. Today, destroy those stories. Write down every excuse you've been telling yourself. Then beside each one, write, lie, because that's what they are. 4. Do hard things. First, every day has easy tasks and hard tasks. Most men choose easy first, then lose willpower before they face the hard. High-value men flip the order. They eat discomfort for breakfast. Marcus Aurelius. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Use that privilege. Call the client. Pitch the idea. Have the tough conversation. Hard things first, easy things later. You'll win every day before noon. 5. Embrace imperfect progress. Most men quit because it's messy, because it didn't go to plan. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Action isn't clean. You'll make mistakes. You'll fumble. You'll embarrass yourself. Good. Every misstep is better than standing still. A Stoic doesn't demand perfection. He demands progress. 6. Remove the option to quit. The easiest time to quit is when quitting is an option. Remove the option. Commit publicly. Set a deadline. Burn the ships. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Make quitting harder than continuing. Lock yourself in, then move. 7. Take bold, immediate action. Every day, ask yourself, what's the boldest move I could make today? Not reckless, not foolish, bold. Marcus Aurelius. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Don't hesitate. Don't overthink. Be the man who acts while others debate. The world doesn't reward plans. It rewards execution. Closing reflection. Relentless execution isn't about doing everything. It's about doing what matters. Every time you act despite fear, hesitation, or doubt, you win. Every time you delay, you shrink. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, a man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. Today, prove your ambitions aren't empty. Move, now. Stop preparing, stop perfecting, stop waiting. The clock doesn't care about your excuses, only what you build. Day 6. Build a personal system. There's a brutal truth most men ignore. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. It doesn't matter how ambitious you are, how fired up you feel, how big your vision board is. If your daily systems are weak, your future is weak. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." A man isn't built by hopes. He's built by habits. Today, we stop relying on motivation. Today, we build a system. 1. Motivation is a liar. Motivation is like a summer breeze. It feels great when it's here, but it leaves without warning. You can't build greatness on something so temporary. Seneca warned, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Preparation isn't random. Preparation is structured. The man who wins isn't the most excited. He's the most consistent. And consistency comes from systems. 2. Design your days. A Stoic man doesn't drift. He designs. Marcus Aurelius journaled every morning, not because he was lost, but because he wanted clarity before action. Today, map your day like a general before battle. What time will you wake? When will you train? What work matters most? Where are your distractions hiding? Write it down. Hour by hour if you have to. If you don't control your schedule will control you. 3. Automate the important discipline feels hard at first, but if you systematize it, it becomes second nature. Epictetus said, "First, learn the meaning of what you say and then speak." In other words, train yourself to do the right things automatically. Same breakfast every day, same workout slot, same deep work hours. Every decision you automate frees energy for higher level thinking. You're not a robot, but you need routines so your energy isn't wasted choosing between distractions. 4. Eliminate decision fatigue. Every unnecessary decision drains willpower. What to wear, what to eat, when to work. Remove the need to choose. Seneca said, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." Don't spread yourself thin. If something drains you, cut it out. Minimalism isn't just aesthetic, it's power. Fewer choices, more focus. That's your edge. 5. Ruthlessly cut noise. A system isn't just adding structure, it's removing friction. Marcus Aurelius. Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? Look around your life. Which apps steal your time? Which people drain your energy? Which habits numb your mind? Cut them. Every distraction you remove increases your capacity for deep work. You can't build an empire in a noisy room. Silence is strength. 6. Measure what matters. A Stoic tracks his growth, not to obsess, but to stay honest. Epictetus said, "Progress is not achieved by luck or accident, but by working on yourself daily." Every night, review. Did you execute your plan? Where did you drift? How can you tighten the system tomorrow? Reflection turns failure into fuel. Without tracking, you're flying blind. A man who measures improves. 7. Build a feedback loop. No system is perfect, but a good system gets better over time. Seneca said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Your first schedule will be clunky. Your routines will need tweaking. Good. Adjust. Refine. Sharpen. The goal isn't perfection. It's continuous calibration. Every day you fine-tune your system, you move closer to mastery. Closing reflection. Most men are slaves to randomness. They wake up reactive. Their day happens to them, not by them. But not you. You're building something unshakable, a system so strong it carries you forward even on weekdays. Marcus Aurelius said, "A man's life is what his thoughts make of it." Today your system becomes your scaffolding. Your rituals become your roots. Design a life so structured that success becomes inevitable. Stop relying on hype. Stop relying on motivation. Rely on your system. Day 7. Solidify your new identity. You've fought, you've built, you've endured. But here's the truth no one tells you. Change isn't complete when you transform. It's complete when you sustain. Anyone can change for a day, a week, maybe even a month. But the man who holds the line becomes the man others can't shake. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The real test begins after the transformation, when the high wears off, when the world tries to pull you back. Today isn't about doing more, it's about locking in everything you've built. 1. Identity is a vote. Every action you take casts a vote for who you are. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." You're not becoming your new self. You're already him every time you act like him. You skip the junk food, you vote for discipline. You wake up early, you vote for commitment. You choose calm over chaos, you vote for mastery. Don't worry about perfection, worry about momentum. Stack the votes. 2. Protect the standards. The most dangerous moment isn't when you're weak, it's when you're strong. Success makes men sloppy. Comfort creeps in disguised as reward. Seneca warned, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." You'll imagine you've earned a break, but every compromise reopens the old door. Guard your standards like a fortress. If it doesn't align with your new identity, it's out. No exceptions. No, just this once. Discipline didn't build you to abandon it. 3. Master the boring. The difference between average and great? Great men get bored and still show up. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I have to go to work,' as a human being." Some days will feel mundane, repetitive, uninspired. That's where most men quit. But not you. You've learned. Repetition builds reputation. Doing it again and again, even when no one's watching, that's power. The new you is forged in monotony, not motivation. 4. Surround yourself with proof. You can't sustain a new identity alone. You need environmental proof. Seneca said, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." Your circle either reinforces your evolution or reminds you of your past. Look around. Who calls you higher? Who drags you backward? If someone doesn't align with your vision, create distance. And if you can't find men of discipline, be so disciplined that others want to follow. Lead by standard, not speech. 5. Keep a mirror. A Stoic reviews himself daily, not for guilt, not for shame, for calibration. Marcus Aurelius journaled not to boast, but to check his alignment. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive. Each night, ask, did I act like the man I want to be? Where did I drift? How can I course correct? This mirror keeps you honest. Growth without reflection is gambling. Reflection turns experience into wisdom. 6. Accept the lifelong battle. Here's the secret every Stoic understood. You never arrive. You never get so disciplined you can't fall, so wise you can't slip, so strong you can't break. Seneca said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This is a lifelong battle, and that's not a curse, it's a privilege. Each day you choose discipline is a day you sharpen your edge. Each day you resist comfort is a day you become harder to kill, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. There's no finish line, only the next step. Closing reflection. You've torn down the old, you've built the new, and today, you solidify. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. You've dyed yours with resilience, with clarity, with strength. Now you wear it every day. Carry this identity like armor, not perfect, but progressing, not flawless, but focused. And every day you uphold it, you become more of the man others respect, the man others follow, the man you once dreamed of becoming. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Epictetus. Today, you're done talking. Today, you live it. You made it. You didn't just watch this video. You stood face to face with your old self and chose to let him die. That's what most won't do. And because of that, you're not the same man who pressed play. You've learned to destroy the old, to rebuild the body, to rewire the mind, to command presence, to execute relentlessly, to design systems, and to solidify your new identity. But here's the truth. This isn't the end. This is just the first chapter. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." The world doesn't need more talk. It needs more men who live their values, men who hold the line, men who don't fold under pressure, men who lead themselves before they try to lead others. And from this day forward, that's you. The path ahead won't be perfect, but you're no longer afraid of imperfection. You've seen what's possible when you commit. Now it's your turn to make the mirror proud. When you see your reflection tomorrow, don't look for the man you used to be. Look for the man you're still becoming. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. You've dyed yours with strength. Keep going. Stay disciplined. Become unrecognizable. And if you're ready to keep walking this path with me, subscribe, because this is only the beginning. And together, we're going to build the kind of men the world can't ignore.